crafty friend, it's Justine Dvorak from Stationery by Justine, where when I craft, my world stands still. Today I'm going to work on my craft roulette card for the week. Pardon the voice, I don't know. I think I'm probably coming down with a cold or something, so if it sounds a little bit deeper and whatnot, that's why. All right, well, I'm making my craft roulette card, and I figured I would pull out my creative companion, there we go, and kind of just brainstorm, and I caught the replay of craft roulette this time. So the project was bookbinding, element, music, colors, sandwich shop, random is wraps, wrapping. So I had some ideas going here, but I just was on a Zoom call with some crafty friends, and the subway colors, like the subway green and yellow, were just kind of bugging my brain. I don't know why, it just wasn't working. And then Irene suggested, oh, there it is, Miami Grill. I don't have a Miami Grill by me, but it has the pink, the green, the blue, and that's what I was kind of going for today. So that's what we're going to go with. If you have no idea what Craft Roulette is, it is a paper game show card. One day I will get this correct. It is a card making paper crafting game show, the original one, and it is on every Friday night. It's so much fun with two ends, and they spin a wheel and we get those 4 parameters. So I'm going to keep those out so I can remember what they are as I go along. But for supplies, let's chat about the supplies. I'm going to use a patterned paper from this pack from Pajama Crafter Stamps. This is the Spring Plaids. I'm using a scrap or 2 from this, which is this one. And then I'm pulling from my scrap bin. This was Lawn Fawn. I don't remember. It looks springy to me, but this was Lawn Fawn. This was a scrap from Paper Rose. This is some holographic cardstock from Pajama Crafter Stamps. This is a little scrap of some glitter cardstock from my stash. Orchid cardstock from Spellbinders. Ocean, what is it called? Ocean Splash? I should know. It's Waterfall is this teal blue paper. And then I stamped over it music note stamps and kind of made my own little pattern there. And then for this die, this was the Perfect Touch Rectangles and Tag from Spellbinders. This one, oh, I didn't grab that one out. I will grab it, but it's one of the new nesting dies from Spellbinders. And then this stamp set, You Are My Sunshine, is going to work for multiple parameters because music is part of the theme for the week. And I'm going to use the sentiment, You Are My Sunshine, like the song. And then I'm also going to use those adorable little flowers, and they are wrapping their arms around each other. Isn't that cute? Goodness, I still have not found the die that I'm looking for. My go-to nesting die bin is always at hand, so I'm sure it's in here somewhere, but we'll move along. I'll link everything below if that helps, but I did want to grab it. Here it is from Spellbinders, and it is called Linear Touch. Clearly I was oh so careful putting it away. This is the Linear Touch Rectangle and Tag. The tag. I'm Minnesotan and we're going to say it that way. All right. I know why I just had this out. I was working on a shaker card, and these dies I used this one and this one to make a shaker rectangle window, and that worked really well. So you'll see that in December at some point on my channel. So this is You Are My Sunshine from Pajama Crafter Stamps. Like I said, I'm using the sentiment and these adorable little flowers. How can you not smile looking at them? Then from this set, this was a stitching die of the month from Spellbinders. It's the Stitched Notched Corner card, and it had the die You. And I'm going to use You for the You Are My Sunshine because I wanted to use a speech bubble, this one in particular, and the sentiment was taller than any of the speech bubbles that would fit. So what I ended up doing was just masking off the You on the stamp, and then I'm going to have the word You die cut out on the top of that. Just pulling from all sorts of the corners of my stash here. And then this music note stamp came from this set from Pajama Crafter Stamps. It's the Yankee Doodle Day stamp set. I originally was going to use this little hedgehog and use him for music and wrap because he has a bandana wrapped around his neck. But I ended up going with the flowers because they're just really cute and I haven't used them yet. I picked up this You Are My Sunshine stamp set a little bit ago and it's been looking at me in my stash and I thought today is the day. We're going to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and get my actual card base all set. It is a bookbinding card. Right now I just have it 2 panels of some white cardstock. This is the textured linen cardstock from Spellbinders. It's not actually linen, but it looks like linen. And it is 4 1/4 by, looks like 6.5. Let's extend this little guy. Yeah, 6.5. So it's not a traditional card base, but whatever, no big deal. So for this, I just need to score it. I don't know what just fell. You know, the card avalanche is called a craftalanche in your card, in your craft room. So I'm going to have my card base go right about here. I'm going to have a little white exposed, just kind of for fun. And then the panel's going to continue up like this. So I think I actually have it lined up pretty much where I need it to for scoring. So I'll just remove these pieces and I'm just going to score the top. You could just have a top folding card and then do that score there, but I'm extra and I just can't make anything simple. So here we are. So for the bookbinding, it just needs something where it doesn't open like a traditional card. It's going to open as if it was bound like a book. So the card will be a top folding bookbind like so. You can have a bookbind go this way. You could have it go across the top and have it open like this, across the bottom. It doesn't really matter where you have it open, but mine is going to be top folding like so. All right, to get things layered up here, this is going to be a thick, super heavy card. Goodness gracious. Lots of layers. So let's just start building, shall we? I'm going to put the smooth side of the cardstock in the center of the card. Otherwise, it's just a little tricky to write on the bumpy linen finish. So there we go. Bookbound, parameter, check. I will just grab my little scoring tool here and just give that a firm score. Perfect. Then this panel is a 2. And it's going to go right about there. So I'll just add some liquid glue to it and put it on the card base. Let me know in the comments if you have made a book-bound card. I did make a book-bound card with the owl, Christmas owl stamp set from Pajama Crafter Stamps earlier this year. Unfortunately, the audio for that video decided just to not do its job, and I did not do my job making sure the audio was where it needs to be. So the video is not online anymore because it is a 45-minute silent video of me making a card. But basically, it's a little different than this one. I will put a picture of it on the screen so you can see what it looked like. It was super cute, and I used a bow from a present. I like to recycle anything that I can, especially with ribbon. It just makes sense to me, especially when the bow is made so very nicely on a present. Why throw it out? Now I do have some white showing on the edge here because I just wasn't super careful when I glued this down. So we'll just trim it off and pretend like it's fine. More Craftalanches happening. Just a little snip. And there we go. All right, things are happening here. Then this holographic cardstock I think is so pretty. I'm going to use the double-sided adhesive to put this on to my project because I found that with any of the super shiny cardstocks, they really don't like liquid glue very much. They kind of show bumps underneath. So with no bumps and no lumps, we'll put this on. And it's just going to have a little pink border on the edge. It's not that serious. And then we'll put this little scrap on. And that should be a great little base for the area that my ribbon is going to go on. I told you this card was very extra, so I have lots of little sparkly bits and such because Miami Subs has the word Miami in it, and Miami to me is bright and cheerful and sparkly. That just to me is Miami, so we're gonna go with it. That's my sandwich shop for my colors. I'm sure that so many people are going to make the Subway color scheme look fantastic, but you know, this week it's just not me. And that's okay because Catherine Pooler, who was the guest this week on Craft Roulette, made her own sub shop and sandwich shop colors. So as they say, as long as you can justify it, it works. All right, we'll just snippy snip. She was a hoot on there. Okay, and then I'm going to add a bow because I think a bow is extra cute. So we'll just snip it. To make bows, I like to have a scrap like this. I take my middle finger and just take my middle and pointer fingers like this and make kind of an M and make 2 bows. And then tie the bows together, making an X, pulling one through. Basically just tying a knot. And then I adjust it with my fingers and holding that knot so it doesn't kind of undo itself. And then to finish off the ends, I either tie a knot like this, or I add liquid glue so it won't fray. There we go. And then we'll do another knot. I think a knot works for this card. Some people will tie the knot with this thread that they wrapped around. I just find it so much easier to add the bow on with some glue like this or a glue dot, and then it doesn't have to be fussy and you don't have to make sure that the tail of the string is coming around for the front. It's just all on and good. All right, for this part I wanted to put down this panel and then this panel. So many layers, I tell you, but we're making this and we're having a good time. I can feel my voice going away the more I talk. So this should be an interesting week ahead. It's going to be fine. All right, for this little band part, I'm going to pretend like it's wrapped around So I'll just use my little pokey tool and make a little notch in the paper. Could I measure it? Sure. Do I want to? No. Nor do I need to, because that worked. So there we go. I really love pink and teal. It just is so pretty together. I'll just eyeball it. That looks about right. Then I'm going to press down on the sides. Again, I'm looking for that faux wrapped look. And then I have these 3 little panels that I'm going to line up on my card front here. I'm going to put them off kilter a little, just for fun. No, that looks weird. Nope, not doing that. The plan goes one way in your head, and then it does not go that way when you're actually doing it. That looks fine to me. So I'm just going to use my magnets from Glassboard. There we go. I do have an affiliate code for Glassboard Studios. It is Justine D. Most of the time that will give you 15% off. If not 15, sometimes it goes to 20. Letting you know when I do have 20% off for subscribers. I will be putting it all over social media so you don't miss that sale. Because if they're going to be generous and give you 20% off of your order, I want you to know about it so you can save a little crafty cash. That is an interesting layout just with these 2, but I think a 3rd would just help complete it. And you never know when that code goes to 20%. This week might be one of those days. We're just going to put it that way. Okay, so for my little my little flower people are so cute, and they have their little arms wrapped around each other. I think this is going to call for some foam. I should have used rip and stick behind this little U sentiment, but I did not. So we're gonna do the pouncing method, where you take a scrap, put some paper, whatever you got, scrap paper, put some glue on it, and then you just kind of pounce whatever you're gluing onto there. It's going to just put enough on there where it's not going to be glue smushing out. I really wanted the U to sparkle and shine, so that's why I used a glitter cardstock. Plus, any excuse to use a glitter cardstock is happening. It almost would be a challenge to not use sparkle on a project for me. Okay, my glue is drying and soaking into the paper. No big deal. I did just refill my glue bottle, and I grabbed a refill from Pajama Crafter Stamps a while ago, and I finally cracked into it. So just so you know, Pajama Crafter Stamps does sell Barely Art liquid glue, and it is cheaper than Amazon. So I'm telling you, some of these small businesses, they know that you need your stuff, and they carry it. And why not support a small business, you know? All right, the phrase "you know" is banned from this video now. Said it too many times. Okay. Foam on all of the things is a must when I'm card making. You are my sunshine. How cute is that? I kind of like the hand lettering look of the "Are My Sunshine." I think that's really sweet. So we're going to pop up the flower people too, just to give them a little oomph and life. Want a little flower people. And then just so this area is not empty, I did die cut out hearts from this random heart die from I think this has got to be from Trinity. It was one of those items that got lost when I was crafting, and I need to find the set it goes in. So If you know what set that goes in from Trinity, let me know in the comments and I can put it in the home where it belongs. I'm going to add 3 hearts here. I'm going to put this heart either on the bow, that was the plan, or inside the card. I have not decided yet. I think if I use liquid glue with the holographic paper, it should be fine for something small like this. But when I'm doing like the strip up here that I did, I definitely needed to use that double-sided adhesive. Otherwise it would get the ripples and bumps. Just because I'm feeling extra, I'm going to add some embellishments to this project. I think that these are called, yes, Milk Glass from Trinity. Got my little tidy tray here, and I think the smaller size would be pretty good. I think I'll do maybe 5 of these because then it still keeps it at an odd number overall. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's even smaller ones. Yes, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. A little tip for embellishment placement: if you struggle, put the embellishments on first before you glue. Then you can move them around without a problem with your glue. Shout out to the pickup stick from Trinity for always helping me with my embellishments. Okay, well, what should I do with this little pink heart? Should I put it on the top? I almost feel like it clashes with the U. Does it clash or does it go just right? I'm going to put it on the front. I think it looks cute. We're just going to make the decision and commit. Well, I would love to know, crafty friend, are you going to go join Craft Roulette on Friday night? I hope you do. And if you do, say hi in the chat box. It's a great place to make some art. Oh, that is really fun. Wow, this is a heavy card. Let's do a parameter check so I don't get Deputy Heidi after me. We've got bookbinding, check. Element of music, check with the music notes and my sentiment. Sandwich shop, we've got Miami Grill. And wraps, we have the string or twine, whatever you want to call it, wrapped around. And the flowers have their arms wrapped around. I think I did it. All right, well, let me know what you think about this card in the comments. And if you plan on making a card for Craft Roulette next week, I would love to know as well. I know that they would love to have you there. So go ahead and check them out. And check out the replay if you missed it, because there's still time to submit a card if you want to join in on the fun with 2 N's. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye, crafty friend.